Oh, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are enjoying your first cup of coffee of the day. If you're not a coffee drinker, I don't know how you survive in this life, but welcome to Monday Morning Kickoff. It is August 18th. It is 8:30 in the morning here on the East Coast, hailing to you out of Miami, Florida. Guys, I got to tell you, man, I love my coffee in the morning. This is my second cup. Been up for a while, obviously. I'm actually recovering, or in recovery, I should say, from a horrible flu. I feel like I had a COVID type flu that just knocked me on my butt I got sick Wednesday. And to be very honest with you, I wish I was still in bed right now. But I couldn't do it, man. I had to be here with you guys. Very excited to be here this morning. Thank you for joining me. If you're on YouTube, we appreciate you. Make sure that you subscribe and you comment and you participate. And more than anything, share the message that we get out this morning. Share it out with everybody out there and let them know that we're here every single Monday, 8:30 in the morning, and we're happy to be here. So all my freedom achievers out there, and you know why we say that, because you're achieving freedom every single day, that you're out here learning something new. Let's talk about something big this morning. And I don't know what you guys are doing this weekend, but, all the talk is about Alex Hormozi. So we're going to touch on that a little bit today and this morning. But I want to talk about something that every entrepreneur, every leader, every dreamer wrestles with, and that's the fear of failure. Now, if you know me really well, you know I don't use the word failure. So we're going to talk about this in a very specific way. We're going to say, when it sounds like, what if it doesn't work? What if no one shows up? What if I launch and it flops? What if I fail? Guys, I've been there, by the way. Today, I want you to flip the questions in your head. And so my wife always credits me for taking action. And that's because I always think, what if it does work? What if the launch really takes off? What if I double our income? What if your dream takes root and starts to grow faster than you ever imagined? What if it works? And so that's the title of today's topic. What if it works? And so this weekend, Alex Hormozi launched his new book. I don't know if you guys saw it, broke a world record, Guinness Books of World Records. I think it was over 3 million copies sold of a nonfiction, right? 1 million people registered for the webinar, by the way. Tens of thousands showed up on the live. And now the entire internet's talking about it. And here's the thing. It didn't happen because Alex hoped it would happen or hoped it would work. It worked because he planned for it to work, right? He prepared. He aligned his actions and his vision. He acted if it was already done and then executed like if his life depended on it. And the question isn't, why did it work for him? The question is, what would your life look like if you believed in your goal the way that he believed in his, right? And so fear is always going to be a part of the process. But here's what I've learned. Fear of failure isn't what stops most people. It's fear of potential or fear of responsibility or fear of rising up, losing people, things like that. And because if it works, you'll have to rise to a level of your own success and you'll have to evolve, grow, show up differently, right? And that scares people. So instead of playing small, they stay where it's safe, their comfort zone. And they build a half website, they write half a script, they launch a program with half their heart. And then when it doesn't work, they tell themselves, see, I knew it wouldn't. But the truth is they never gave it the energy it needed to succeed. They never really gave it what it deserved. Because belief is not passive. You can't just believe in yourself in a passive way. It's not sitting around hoping for something good to happen. Belief is aggressive, man. And belief moves, it builds, man. If you believe certain things, God puts it in your way. It puts it right in front of you. Belief is what got Alex to film for months, to run ads, to create systems, to prep teams, to edit videos, to promote like a madman, to risk buying thousands and thousands and thousands and millions of books in advance so that he can sell them because he believed it would work and his actions proved it. So here's a question for you now. Are your actions aligned with the belief that your dream will work? Or are you just dabbling in this game? Are you playing the game not to lose, or are you playing the game to win? That's a really big question, right? Are you playing not to lose, or are you playing to actually win? Let's be clear about something. It doesn't come without hiccups. Now, I don't like to use the word failure unless you quit. Because when I talk about it in my book, The Truth About Failure, failure isn't real until you stop moving forward. And what you experience instead are hiccups, roadblocks, delays, setbacks, missed deadlines, broken tech, people ghosting you, nerves, discomfort, chaos. But that's not failure. That's freaking life, baby. The world isn't testing if you're talented. It's testing if you're committed. You don't become great by avoiding hiccups. You become great by pushing through them with clarity, with intention, with relentless focus. So expect the hiccups. They're going to happen. Respect them. Learn from them. But don't let them derail you. You've got something in you that's stronger than a setback, stronger than a delay, stronger than the noise. And you have something called grit. And grit doesn't panic when things go sideways. It adjusts and it keeps going. I want you to imagine something right now. You launch something new and it works. Or your sales calls, you do your sales calls today and you convert. Or you do your plan and it hits, or you develop some content and it blows up, it goes viral, or you create your brand and it explodes. And if you can see that, now ask yourself, what would you do differently today if you knew it would work? What level of action would you take? How would you show up? What would you wear? How would you be? What would your attitude be like? Your persona, your swagger? That's the version we need this week, guys. So here's what I want you to do this week. Write down your big goals, not your safe goal, but your big one, the scary one. Map out 5 things you would do this week to make that work if you knew it would work. And then go do them. Act with intensity and clarity of someone who already knows the outcome. Act like success is already waiting for you on the other side, because it is. And the only question is whether or not you're willing to rise up to meet it. There are people out there right now making massive moves. They don't talk about the market being bad or any of this nonsense, and they're not better than you. They're not smarter than you. They're just committed. They've stopped asking, what if it doesn't work? And they started building like it's already done. And that can be you. I want that to be you. What if it does work? What if this week everything changes for you? What if the only thing missing is your full commitment? Show up, push harder, act boldly, and make it happen. These are the things that are necessary for your life and your well-being and the well-being of your family and the people around you, the people that are depending on you. But more importantly, what you're able to prove to yourself and what you're able to create for yourself. I don't come from a rich family. I don't even come from a upper level family. Maybe we hit middle class at some point. But for most of my life growing up, I grew up in a low income family in a rent controlled apartment in New York. And the people around me were on the hamster wheel, if you will. And they were consistently just focused on either A, being on welfare, having kids young, being on welfare, and taking over the rent-controlled apartment when their parents died. Or they were focused on doing the most basic thing you could do and just understanding they accepted that they would be miserable on the train on their way to Manhattan to a miserable job, paying high taxes. Like, they accepted this. I didn't. I left. And I'm grateful for, at the time I wasn't, but I'm grateful that my mom moved us to Florida when I was in high school. And I hated Florida when I was in high school. Absolutely hated it, man. I really did. I left to the Marine Corps for 9 years because I knew I needed a kick in the butt. So even at that time, I knew that I was a knucklehead, but I knew I needed something different. So I showed up, I pushed harder, I acted boldly, and I made shit happen. And I'm not telling you my story to brag and boast. I'm telling you my story because I hope it resonates with you somehow. It is important for you to realize that anything you want is within your grasp, and no one can take it away from you if you work for it. And again, reverting back to the hiccups, they're going to be there. They're going to happen. They're unavoidable. I have had more hiccups than most people have. I'm being 100% with you. I've had enough hiccups to turn around and go, look, I'm done. I'm going to take my master's degree in international business and I'm going to just go get a job because I have all this business experience, 20 years of business experience, and I could just go get a regular job and I'll get paid 6 figures. I know that already. I could get that like this. But why? Why would I do that? Right? I would lose myself or lose my soul. Would I be happy? I don't think so. I think this is what I'm designed to do. This is what I'm meant to do. And I've been doing it so long that it just excites me every day. As long as it continues to excite you, you guys can show up, push harder, act boldly, and make it happen. Wishing you guys a massively, massively successful week this week. Remember the assignment. Go search for that big, scary goal of yours, the scariest one you have. I've got some super scary ones. I got the ones that my wife looks at me sideways, like with that, that Dominican sideways look, right? I got that look from her sometimes, right? Where she looks at me, she goes, bro, are you serious right now? I have those goals. So create one of those goals and then create 5 things that you would do if you knew for a fact that you were going to hit that goal no matter what. And then go do those things. Have fun, man. Are you going to hit them this week? Probably not. But would you have progress? Absolutely. Wish you guys a great week. Y'all talk soon. We'll see you next Monday. And this month coming up, we are going to begin our twice a month training platform. So look out for the messages for that twice a month training platform. It will come out. And good luck to you guys this week. It's going to be a pretty amazing week. Check out the Freedom Achiever Academy if you haven't. Just go to freedomachieveracademy.com. We'll see you guys soon.